Have you ever noticed that in so many relationships, you're always the one trying harder? You try to be loved, you try to be seen, you try to be enough, and yet, the harder you try, the emptier you feel inside. Maybe it's time to turn back inward, to stop chasing and start becoming someone who naturally attracts, someone who shines from within instead of running after someone else's light. Hi there, I'm Wendy, and this is the Heal and Grow podcast, a soft landing place for your heart at the end of the day. Every night, you're welcome to come back here, to breathe, to reflect, and to gently refill your inner light, so that tomorrow you can rise a little lighter and love a little deeper. Have you ever met someone who didn't even have to try, but just by being there, you already felt drawn to them? Not because they were beautiful or impressive, but because they carried a certain kind of energy, calm, grounded, and effortlessly magnetic. And you wonder, how do they do that? How can I feel that way too? At peace, confident, and naturally attractive without trying so hard. Tonight, I want to share with you 5 gentle ways to become more magnetic, in a way that's real, natural, and deeply you. Have you noticed that people who keep growing, who never stop learning or bettering themselves, always have a very special kind of energy? It's not because they're perfect. It's because they carry something alive within them, the energy of someone who's becoming, day by day. When you're around someone like that, you can feel it, a quiet kind of inspiration. They don't tell you you should change, but the way they live, the way they see the world, makes you want to grow too. People who are evolving don't need to act strong. They simply radiate trust, a quiet belief that no matter how hard life gets, they'll keep moving forward. They don't need to speak loudly. You can sense it in their calmness, in their patience, in the light that comes from knowing their purpose. Their charm isn't about how they look. It's about their energy, the energy of faith, hope, and progress. As Rainer Maria Rilke once said, the only journey is the journey within. Because when you grow from within, everything outside you starts to shift. You begin to attract people on the same wavelength, the right opportunities, and the kind of relationships that help you become more of who you are. A person who's growing is like a candle that keeps burning. Their light quietly inspires others to shine too. And maybe that's the most genuine kind of beauty, the kind that comes from a soul that never stops blooming. Have you ever felt that no matter how hard you try, there's always someone better, prettier, more confident than you, and somewhere deep down, you start to wonder, am I really enough? If that's you, take a deep breath with me, because here's something I want you to remember. True confidence doesn't come from being better than others. It comes from no longer needing to compare yourself at all. Confidence isn't about standing in the crowd and speaking the loudest. It's about being able to stand still and still feel peaceful in your own skin. It's not about being perfect. It's about knowing your strengths, accepting your flaws, and still being able to look in the mirror and say, I'm enough, even as I'm still growing. When you're at peace with yourself, you stop chasing validation. You realize that everyone's path is different, and that you too are a unique color in the vast painting of this universe. Every time you let go of comparison, you take one step closer to freedom, to that calm, quiet confidence inside. You know, the world doesn't just hear your words, it feels your energy. When you truly believe you're enough, that energy radiates outward, and people can feel it, even if you never say a thing. So start by speaking to yourself with kindness. Instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," try saying, "I'm learning, and I'm becoming better every day." When you believe in your own worth, the world begins to believe in you too, and one day, you'll realize you never needed to prove anything at all. Just showing up, calm and authentic, is already magnetic. No one really wants to be around someone who's always angry, bitter, or complaining, because whether you realize it or not, your energy, the way you feel inside, is something everyone around you can sense. Have you ever noticed that people who smile easily, who carry a calm and gentle presence, always bring such a soothing energy with them? It's not because their life is easier, it's because they've learned to choose a better perspective. They focus on what's good, on what they can control, and they learn to let go of what they can't. That's the difference between someone who's exhausted and someone who's peaceful. It's not the situation, but how they respond to it. And sometimes, to shift your inner energy, you don't need something big. Just a small act of awareness can change everything. Try starting your morning with presence, not your phone. Before touching the screen, touch your breath. Sit still for a minute. Take a deep inhale and whisper to yourself, "I am here. I am calm." That little moment is you resetting your inner frequency before the world rushes in. Because the way you start your morning sets the tone for your entire day. And you know what? Those small, positive actions don't just make you feel stronger. They actually change your energy. When you start behaving like the person you want to become, you're already sending out a new frequency, one of confidence, peace, and vitality. At that point, you no longer need to try to attract anyone, because your energy itself becomes magnetic, not from pretending or performing, but from being real, from living in alignment with who you truly are. That's the magic of positive thinking, combined with positive action. It doesn't just make you feel better, it makes the world want to come closer to you. Every day, take a moment to be grateful for what you already have. Gratitude reminds you that your life is already more abundant than you think. A genuine smile, a thankful heart, and an optimistic soul. These are the things that make you naturally radiant, without any effort at all. You know, your energy doesn't only live in your mind, it also lives in your body. Sometimes when you feel tired, heavy, or unmotivated, it's not because you're thinking too much. It's because your energy is stuck inside you. Your body quietly holds everything you haven't released. Every tear you held back. Every time you said, "I'm fine," when you weren't. Every sadness you never had the words to express. And then one day, your body starts to speak. Through a tight shoulder, a sleepless night, or that heavy feeling you can't quite explain. That's your body whispering to you, "Please slow down. Take care of me." So move a little. Take a slow walk. Do a few gentle stretches. Or simply reach your arms up and take one deep, loving breath. Even the smallest movement can help your energy flow again. Your body is the home of your soul. If your mind is the flame, your body is the candle that holds it steady. So treat it with gratitude. Eat when you're hungry, rest when you're tired, and listen, really listen, when your body is trying to tell you something. Because when your body feels safe and cared for, your mind becomes lighter too. And when you live in harmony with your body, you begin to radiate a different kind of energy. The energy of someone who is truly present. True magnetism doesn't come from how much money you have. It comes from how much value you bring into the world. Being rich isn't just about possessions. It's about inner abundance. Your experiences, your gratitude, your faith in life, and the way you share your light with others. A person of real value doesn't need to talk much about themselves. Just being around them, you can feel their peace, their groundedness, and a quiet, genuine energy. The energy of giving. When you live with a spirit of generosity, the world naturally opens its heart to you. Because the energy of giving and receiving always flow together. As Maya Angelou once said, people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. And that's it. The deepest form of attraction comes from how people feel when they're around you. Someone who gives, who listens, who lifts others up without losing themselves. That's a person who is truly rich. Because in the end, the things you own may fade, but the kindness you share, the warmth you give, those are the things that stay in people's hearts forever. That's the kind of beauty that lasts, the kind that comes from your heart. You see, true attraction isn't about pleasing others. It's about being authentically you. So take time to grow, to nurture your confidence, to stay positive, to understand yourself deeply, and to build your own kind of value. Because when you become someone you are proud of, everything beautiful will find its way to you, naturally and in perfect time. Thank you for listening to the Heal and Grow podcast. If this episode touched your heart, share it with someone you love, someone who might need a little light tonight. I'm Wendy, and I'll see you again tomorrow night, where we'll continue learning how to live a little softer and love ourselves a little more.